What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Charles, host of H-Town Unfiltered, where you're going to get the best Houston Texan news unfiltered. We're going to talk our shit over here, have a good time, make it all about sports, and keep it focused on these Houston Texans, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Man, if y'all are new over here, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. And to go ahead and join the realest Houston channel out here, man. We out here doing it almost every day, uploading things of that nature. Make sure y'all share this with your buddies, your friends, all that, etc., etc. Now it's time to get to why you guys click the video. Bryce Young can never touch CJ Stroud. It won't ever happen. This 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 parable, this fairy tale, this thing that I'm seeing on all social media platforms, even in the news articles, ESPN, Tim McMahon, and not Tim McMahon, sorry, Adam Schefter and all these other people. They're still trying to link CJ Stroud to Bryce Young. Now, everybody remember the 2023 draft. Everybody was on Bryce Young's jock up until the draft, talking about he's Steph Curry, the highest IQ football player they have ever seen. Then he comes in his rookie year and puts up a fucking stinker. I mean, it was terrible. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Bryce Young was literally not must see TV at all. It wasn't even close. As a matter of fact, what I can do for you guys is I'm going to go ahead and read off his last year stats. Give me one moment while I pull this up because this is important. Last year, Bryce Young threw for 2,800 yards, okay, 11 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. In this season, he threw for 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Now, to give this thing a little bit of context, Bryce did get benched for about I'm gonna say 2 to 3 games. So it was 2 to 3 games where Bryce didn't even touch the field. So we can always play a hypothetical game of, oh well, if he played a full season, he would have been. Yeah. Everybody can play that fucking game, but that's not reality of the situation. This isn't a hypothetical moment. This is about what the fuck happened and what everybody saw in the National Football League. I don't know why people want to baby a 23-year-old grown man in the NFL. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. He's not Steph Curry. He's not a magician. He's a regular 5'10 quarterback that plays on a bad team in one of the worst divisions in the NFL. Call it what it is. And he's not performing up to where he was drafted. Why do we have to sugarcoat everything to key in on Bryce Young's feelings? Why is that the case? Hmm? Why is that the case? Is it because he's little? Is it because he walks in with a backpack and looks like a middle schooler in the training camp? Like, what's the reason why people feel so keen or so inclined to protect Bryce Young? I don't see it and I don't understand it. That man has a mama and a goddamn daddy to do all that. You, as a sports person or a person who watches sports with an opinion, should know better than to compare Bryce Young with CJ Stroud. Now, let's talk about CJ, my guy. The platinum arm, vessel, the the Hercule quarterback, the Greek god. Let's not be biased, right? Now, as a Texans fan, I'm biased. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a whole thing with y'all. Um, Shout out on 2020, man. Shout out his channel. He came up with that platinum arm god thing for CJ, but that's a catchy ass nickname, so I might take it as well. But what I will say about CJ Stroud, while I pull up these numbers, I'm going to pull them up. Alrighty, let's go with 2023. In 2023, CJ Stroud threw for 23 touchdowns and 5 interceptions while throwing a grand total of 4,108 yards. Okay, Context. Third round wide receiver, Tank Dell. Nico Collins was not playing the best at all. He wasn't even really good before CJ came there. So this whole CJ Stroud is a Nico Collins merchant. Where? Where? CJ made Nico. They all feed off of one another. What are we talking about? He's a Nico merchant. Anyway, I'll get back to that shit because that pisses me off. In 2024, he threw for 3,727 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 picks. Context. Bobby Slowick is fucking terrible. Context. Stephon Diggs got hurt in week 7. Context. The offensive line literally did not block for CJ the entire fucking year. Context. CJ Stroud was getting his head beat in so much that he was seeing ghosts when he was throwing the fucking ball. Context. We were not making second half adjustments. The defense would stop us the whole second half. We wouldn't score a fucking point. We went 6 weeks without scoring a fucking touchdown in the second half. Context, people. Context matters. Without it, you're just fucking talking in circles. You're talking to a brick wall at that point. You gotta have context. And the thing that people don't understand when it comes to these great sports debates is that if you yell, you shout, you argue with one another, you're not gonna go nowhere. We all gotta come to a middle ground and a middle conclusion. But people are so ignorant and boneheaded to where they don't see that they don't see where that ground can be commonly met. But what I will say, the middle conclusion that I am coming to is that CJ Stroud will always be a better player than Bryce Young. I don't care what Bryce does. It will never top what CJ Stroud will do in the NFL and has done in the NFL. My quarterback has went to the playoffs twice, back to back. My quarterback has won the AFC South Division twice. My quarterback has beaten and gotten off the wild card twice and beat teams in that wild card who are heavily favored over the Texans. So, when you talk about context, it's very, very important to not miss that. Everybody wants to give the quarterback hell when the team loses. No, sorry. Hold on. I said that backwards. Everybody wants to give the quarterback credit when the team wins, right? Everything's a quarterback gimme. People swear up and down Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback. They will literally look you in your fucking face and tell you Jalen Hurts is a top 5. No, the fuck he is not. Y'all got that context. Lane Johnson, Saquon Barkley, AJ, context, people. Like, what are we doing? Even before Saquon Barkley, this man has a super team. Why is everything in a sports debate gotta be some dumbass hot fucking click? Everybody wants a click nowadays. Everybody. Why does it have to be like that? Why can't it be like, hey, this man isn't a top 5 quarterback, but in his system, he's doing what the hell he needs to do in order for his team to win? Why can't it be that? Why does it have to be, he a top 5 quarterback? Now everybody calling Jaden Daniels a top 5 quarterback. I mean, Jesus Christ, did we not learn from CJ? Can y'all let these dudes play before you get your fucking heart broken? Not saying my guy isn't a top quarterback or anything like that of that nature, and I damn sure wouldn't trade CJ Stroud for fucking Jaden Daniels. Yeah, never. The only quarterback I'm even entertaining, actually, I got 2 quarterbacks. I'm only 2 quarterbacks I'm entertaining trading CJ for is Josh Allen and fucking Lamar Jackson. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about no Pat Mahomes. I don't care about any of them. I see Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson as just weapons. I mean, them dudes can run, throw. I like a quarterback that can run. I'm kind of biased. Pat can run, but when I'm talking like just like game changer, like those 2 dudes are literally like game changers. Joe Burrow's cool. I wouldn't trade CJ for Joe. I'm not gonna lie. They're kind of the same freaking quarterback, if we're being completely honest. One's just, is more, has more stats and all that stuff, and Joe Burrow is a hooper. So I'm not comparing CJ to Joe. I'm just saying, like, as far as like pocket passers and things of that nature, they all fall in that same realm. So that's what I was saying. I'm not comparing CJ. I'm not saying CJ better than Joe, all that stupid shit, right? That's not what I'm saying. Or I'm not even saying CJ's better than Pat. So don't go in the comments and you think CJ better than Pat. Nope, I didn't say that at all. So don't do that. Back to Bryce Young versus CJ. Bryce Young literally now, now he has an opportunity in his year 3 to prove that he was worth that first overall pick selection in the draft. And that comes to um, you know, the coaching staff believing in him, Dan Morgan believing in him, David Tepper taking his hands off the fucking team, thank God. And Dave Canales, uh, his ass, I don't know, him coaching because everybody thinks he's a QB guru, where he might be. Bryce Young might pop off. He might pop off, but we got to see it result into wins. What are all these empty calorie stats for? This man has won fucking 7 games in the last 2 years. What are we doing? What, and that alone proves he's not better than CJ. What are we doing? We're comparing apples to oranges at this point. Yes, Bryce Young can potentially be an okay quarterback. CJ Stroud has the elite traits to be an elite quarterback. Simple as that. We don't have to do a deep dive into this. This is just simple facts. Um, when you talk about playmaking ability, Bryce Young does have more playmaking ability than CJ. When you talk about rocket arm or arm that can last a whole game and it doesn't look forced, CJ got that by a mile. Accuracy, I will say Bryce Young did make some good throws this year, like in the bucket type throws, for real, for real. Still giving that to CJ though. Um, just the overall aspect of a quarterback. I'm not even gonna talk about his height. Height don't really matter in this aspect, just because Bryce has proven he can play. He don't get the balls batted down. He looks like in the last 5 games, he looked like Bryce Young back in Alabama. If we're gonna tell the truth and be honest, that's who he looked like. But we're not. I'm not a person that looks at small sample sizes. The Panthers had nothing to play for coming in them back in 3 games. They've had absolutely zero to play for. So when y'all talk about Bryce Young and all this, and Bryce Young and CJ, at the end of the day, man, they're always going to be linked together just because they went 1-2, which is complete craziness. But they're always going to link Bryce and CJ together no matter what. And it comes to a point where it's like, damn, no matter what CJ do, it's always going to be about Bryce Young. Well, guess what, guys? Bryce Young was, and if I had to do a redraft, he was not the right pick for the Panthers. The Panthers should have took CJ. Overall, if I was them, I would have took. I'm not drafting a quarterback, with size concerns. If I traded up that much for the number 1 pick, that's just me personally. I'm gonna be completely honest though. If I were drafting, I'm gonna be really real. I would have took Anthony Richardson just off of his pure physique. He remind me of Cam Newton. He just had all that together. So I probably would have took Anthony if I'm being honest. If that's how my draft would have went, but in hindsight, everybody could be like, "Oh yeah, you're fucking stupid. Anthony Richardson can't even." Yeah, in hindsight, guys. I mean, what are we talking about here? Duh. I mean, we're in the future now. If y'all would have traded up for Anthony Richardson, and if y'all would have traded up and got Anthony Richardson, then you know, if you would have been good, everybody would have fucking said, "Oh my God, that's the best pick since." You know, but it's not always. Shout out Anthony Richardson. Met him at a concert too. Shout out that guy. Big as hell. So shout out AR-15, man. Or AR-5, sorry. The AR-15 is fucking Austin Reeves. But in all actuality, CJ Stroud has separated himself way above every quarterback in the 2023 class. It's not even close at this point. Y'all are literally trying to chase what he has done. Literally trying to chase. Nobody on that fucking 2023 class has a Pro Bowl. Y'all can't get a Rookie of the Year because he won that. Nobody on that fucking roster or in the 2020 class even made the fucking playoffs. So y'all can say whatever y'all want about my quarterback, but he's going up against elite competition when he gets in the playoffs. You niggas ain't even making the playoffs. So this is a dumb argument. It's stupid. No matter what you do to try to minimize or or try to put this whole argument in a glass bottle, you have to literally look at it in its totality without biasness, without anything. Just take the names off the back of the fucking jersey. Who plays football better? Literally. Get it through your fucking heads. Who plays football better? This isn't fucking rocket science. It's not rocket science at all, guys. Stop trying to make it be rocket science. Bryce can't tie CJ cleats. He can't tie his fucking cleats. Now, do I want Bryce Young to succeed? Yes, I do. I'm not a hater, but when you start comparing him to elite talent, then that's when I got a problem. Because that CJ Stroud, Bryce Young shit is over. The shit is done. It's over with. There's no debate. There's no comments. There's no competition. It's over. My guy has won multiple double-digit games back-to-back seasons. Bryce Young has 7 wins in the last 2. Shit is done. Don't come to me with no weapons. Don't come to me with none of that shit. Let's talk about productivity and who that quarterback is. Because I remember Josh Allen coming into his rookie season not having no weapons and made the fucking playoffs. He made the playoffs. So when you're sitting up here, when you're talking about, oh my God, Bryce didn't have all the freaking, he didn't have all the fastest receivers, the biggest receivers, the best whole. Hey man, the great quarterbacks separate themselves. They do. They do. And it's levels to everything. You can't be best. You can't be the greatest at everything. It's fucking impossible. It's impossible, guys. Yeah, he got a Steph Curry smile. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that even mean? He got a Steph Curry smile. I mean, at this point, y'all just glazing. At this point, everything he do is a fucking hoorah. Was he a make-a-wish motherfucker? Like, what is going on? Y'all think this motherfucker didn't go to modern day high school, didn't go to Alabama? Y'all treating this motherfucker like he was trash his whole fucking college career. Some people just don't work out in the NFL. It's okay. Shit like that happens. That doesn't tarnish your legacy of what you've already done. Bryce Young make a 40-yard throw. It's all over fucking ESPN. All over. I've seen CJ make those throws all the fucking time. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, man? And we're going to keep on doing this for the next 4 years until Bryce Young is out the league and is a backup. And then I'm going to be right here to say, I told you so. People going to think I'm a hater. I don't give a fuck. Think what you want to think. I'm stating facts, and truth hurts. This whole Bryce Young, CJ Stroud versus, debate, that shit is done. It's done, though. It's been done. So right now, all I'm trying to do is go into the next season with this monkey off my back. Because as things develop and things are looking, how they're looking in training camp, OTAs, all that blase, everything will be assessed after this season. Everything. Because my quarterback still got to prove he can win some fucking important games to get us to that next level. My quarterback got to prove to be a tough guy on the field and not cry in front of the whole fucking world because his teammate and friend got hurt. I get it, but show some toughness. You are the leader of the team. And that ball to tank was fantastic, by the way. If y'all go see that, boy, that shit was fantastic. You got to prove something, CJ. I'll drop my damn mic because he didn't piss me off. You got to prove something, CJ. You can't just be like, hey, man, giving God praise and everything like that is so wonderful. And I do believe in God and all that stuff. And I definitely do believe in it. You know, um, what when it comes to being a man of belief and things like that in that nature, you know, you be on podcast, CJ, you be cussing and all that stuff, it kind of gives a double entendre. You know what I'm saying? So watch yourself on podcasts and stuff like that. If you're going to be the man of the cloth and stuff like that, carry yourself like that through everything, through all of it. I don't want to hear you talk about it and then you do that and it's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? I know people in real life do it, like in my regular life, that's fine. But they aren't the quarterback of my fucking team, and that's not the persona that they have, and that's not the persona that they think of when they see CJ. When they see CJ, they think of Christian faith-based man, all that. Then you get on the Pivot podcast and go crazy. So I need CJ to lock in though. Forget all that. I need CJ to lock in. Um, Christian, not Christian. Quit getting on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Lock in. I'm glad I ain't seen him on no podcast this year. You don't need to be. You can't rank yourself top five, um, and then show up the next year and not do nothing. Especially top five quality. That's not top five. You gotta separate yourself. You gotta be that dude. So CJ is literally battling himself in this debate. This debate with Bryce is over, guys. It's been over. So I like how my quarterback locked in, but he still got shit to work on. CJ Stroud is not perfect. I do not want people to think I'm talking. Bro, I'm CJ biggest fucking critic, yo. Dead ass. It's times where CJ sits in the fucking pocket and doesn't throw the ball and doesn't run the fucking ball. Like, bro, it be wide ass gaps, nigga. Center and guard, where he could just go ahead and run up for 40 yards and don't do it. So, yes, CJ, you are a good talent, but you got some shit to work on, my guy. Because you are far from perfect. Far from perfect, buddy. So, until I see improvement, what I will say about CJ is that you're a middle of the pack quarterback right now. But that's better than what most teams got. But I do believe in you. But in that instance, you got to believe in your fucking self. You got to believe in your ability. Nigga, I ain't go to Ohio State. You did. I ain't win 7-on-7, nigga. You did. You literally wrote a letter and literally essentially asked if you could join or if it was too late or whatever. And you made it. And you won. You beat Bryce Young team. Yeah, you smacking them in everything at this point. Don't get complacent, CJ. You have not made it yet. They build you up and they'll knock you down even faster. So this whole content and doing podcasts and okay with being mediocre, because mediocre is 20 and fucking what you throw for 20 and 12 interceptions? That's ass. That's ass, dude. So lock in, get us some fucking wins, which I know you can do, and just be elite, nigga. Cross your arms and look to the sideline, nigga, with them little duck feet you got. Lock in, nigga. Lock the fuck in, yo. Dead ass for a tweak. God damn. But yeah, this Bryce Young CJ shit is over with. Um, I want to appreciate all you guys for listening. To me to my little banter. Man, I'm once again Charles, host of the H Town Unfiltered podcast, where you're gonna get all your stuff uncensored, unfiltered, because that's the realest H Town channel you guys are going to see. Man, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you made it through, give the video a like, comment down below your thoughts, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And join the realest H Town channel, man. Y'all know my slogan, man. If it ain't the Texans, F them. I guarantee, guess what, guys? I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. I'm gone. Peace.